Hello, welcome to a new video for our weldments add-in. In this video we will look into more detail in the snap, mirror and rotation options of the weldments ribbon. I will start by designing a new wireframe, just a rectangular wireframe. And to explain some of the behavior, I will copy this to the second one as well. Afterwards we go from sketch mode to our own 3D mode without the change of one profile. And now I will go ahead and select the European style IPE80 type beam. I will set my snap point to the left top, and this depending on how we select the wireframe, the weldments add-in will change the way the profiles are linked to the wireframe. So if I start by selecting just one line and click on New, you can see that in the direction going in this case from left to right, the beam is here is the left top. If I select this beam and click New or Continued, I will see that the beam is again placed from this starting point upwards to there. Then if I continue, click here, this beam has the same orientation as this one, and this beam will have the same orientation as there. I click Cancel again to make sure I'm outside this environment, and then if I go and select all of those four wires at the same time and hit New or Continued, you will see that there is a difference in orientation in this result as in this result. Why is this? We go and create the closed loop, and then we add, according to the snap functionality, the beams in counterclockwise order. So this is the first, second, third, fourth beam. So you can see the behavior will be different. Another possibility to create copies instead of copying beforehand the wireframe, we can go into the move function, make use of the space claim filters and select only the sketch curves, control drag the wireframe and add the displacement value you want, and then you can see that automatically the same beams are added at the same positions. Bear in mind that at this moment it is possible that applied miters will be reset to the original values, so this is still something that we are working on. Once you're finished here, you can start again editing snap points. For example, I will set my snap point to middle, and just for reference I will add a rotation of 30 degrees. If I then in select mode select a surface of a new profile, doesn't matter which, and click again on that snap button, not on the arrow but on the button, the snap position of those profiles has been changed. You can see the overview here, reference to there is not the same. If instead of clicking only on the snap button, I do the same, I select 4 of those surfaces and hit change, I will have changed the snap position. If a mirror is applied, the mirror position and a rotation of 30 degrees has been added. If I want to reset this to 0, I just fill in 0, I click, for example, just one of those surfaces, I say change, and they all change one at a time or everything at once. Afterwards we can still apply miters, for example a corner miter. Another thing that we can do with miters is there's a weldment options on the left, and here we can set a weld gap. So if, for example, I want 2 millimeters of play between this connection here, just before I start clicking, I have a weld gap. I have my 2 millimeters between those two surfaces. This will be added as a symmetric gap, so from the 0 line 1 millimeter to the left and 1 millimeter to the right. This is what can be done using snap and the rotation button. Another possibility we have is you can change the orientation by 90 degrees as well by just clicking these buttons. Rotate plus 90, minus 90. So this is going counterclockwise, this is going clockwise. Yeah. To explain the mirror functionality, I have added a new design with 2 rectangular wireframes. I will be adding a European style and L unequal type beam. Again, I double click my 4 edges and click new, and I can see they go around counterclockwise in the same orientation again. If afterwards I would like to set the same type of orientation by clicking just one wire at a time, I probably will have to do some extra selections on top. So I start with adding a new profile here. It looks the same from orientation. Then we continue here, and then the third one, new, we can see that the orientation is not correct. So I can switch the mirror position to Y. I click on a surface and hit change, and we can see that the orientation has changed. Then afterwards, because the mirror stays active, I can click another wire and hit new, and this orientation is automatically aligned. If I want these sides on the inside from all those 4 beams at the same time, I just click a surface on each beam and hit change, and all of them get changed at the same time. If I want this to be on the other side, this should be the bottom surface, I will have to look for a mirror around X and Y in reference to the original design. So if I click this too, hit change, this is flipped, and then we can start adding, for example, vertical miters. So if not all the colored lines appear, just go and hover over the position where they should appear, and they are there. Then I click once on this side, then I come back here and do the same over there, and I'm finished.